Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Butterfly Spirit 314, and if I happen to post this on Facebook, this is Michelle, for my family and friends if you happen to be watching this video. So I go by Butterfly Spirit on YouTube, and then I just go by Michelle on Facebook. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to take the opportunity to do a video about a gentleman who is basically he's famous in his country for the contributions that he's made to creating other varieties of fruit. So what I want to do is I want to read an article. I first found the article in the New York Times. However, I don't have a subscription to New York Times, so I managed to find the same story in another newspaper. So I want to read to you guys about this guy's story. Before I get started, the reason why I want to read this about this particular gentleman is because I feel like, you know, it really takes all of us to make a contribution, to be able to make a difference to other people we know. Okay, so when it comes to the food that we put in our bodies, it's very important to be mindful of it. It's very important to be aware of like the variety of the fruits and vegetables you're eating, because a lot of us, when we go to the grocery store, we just think, oh, this is an orange, this is an apple, this is broccoli, this is spinach. But we don't happen to know that there are a lot of different types of varieties of the foods that we eat. And around the world, the foods that we eat, although some of them may look similar to what we eat, so in other countries people have different varieties of fruits and vegetables and things like that, and they're aware of the different varieties, but in the West we're not as much aware of those. So knowing the varieties of the fruits or vegetables or herbs that we're eating can help us to get a better understanding of where our food is actually coming from, and the differences from basically the differences, because if somebody goes to the store and gets a banana, you just think it's a banana. But little do you know, there's different types of varieties of bananas that happen to be out here. And they all look similar, or most of them do. And we just go to the store and think it's a banana, but that particular banana is not necessarily going to be the same, like they're not going to be of the same variety. I mean, we can tell what a plantain looks like versus a banana, but what we don't know is there's just different varieties of fruits and vegetables, herbs, and other types of plants that are out in the world that the earth happens to produce, which is outstanding and amazing. And this is also pretty cool with this article, because I went to a event where it was about growing vegetables and herbs and things like that. But some of the things that I learned about gardening could impact, if you're growing fruits or other types of things like, your radishes or root vegetables or other types of things that you want to grow. So I just find this pretty interesting, a very cool connection to the event that I attended the other day. So very excited about this, and what I want to take the opportunity to do is to read this article, and I'll tell you what my takeaways are of this. So let's get started. All right, so the title of this article is Mango Man is the fruit's foremost poet, philosopher, fan, and scientist. As you know, here from the screen, you can see that this particular article is posted in the Indian Express. So I believe this is a newspaper, online newspaper in India. And they happen to post the New York Times article into their newspaper. I'm not really sure where this story really originated from, although it was published by the New York Times, as you see here. I don't know if the New York Times really wrote it or if they just republished it into their particular newspaper. So I don't know who owns this, but I wanted to share this man's amazing story and the great takeaways that I think we can all take from it. All right, so the title of this article is, as you can see, Mango Man is the fruit's foremost poet, philosopher, fan, and scientist. So there's a small section here under the title that says, he walks the nursery surrounding the tree with the care he would use in tiptoeing over sacred ground. As he checks on the new saplings ready to be sold far and wide, he has moved his bedroom to the edge of the nursery. He has stored the planks for his own future coffin nearby. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and continue this article. It was published today on July 3rd of 2022. Looks like it was updated around 7:34 a.m. Okay. All right, so this says Kaleem Aula Khan, and I'm sorry if I butcher this gentleman's name. If I said his name incorrectly, please feel free in the comments to let me know how to say this gentleman's name. There's a lot of words that I'm probably going to butcher really badly, so please let me know how to say these particular words so I can get them right going forward. All right, so Kaleem Aula Khan, surrounded by accolades for his work at his home in Malihabad, India on April 6, 2022. He has been awarded the Padam Shri, India's fourth highest civil award for his horticultural efforts. And then it says Salmaya Khandelwal / the New York Times. Okay. So let's go ahead and keep reading here. I'm going to zoom in on this because I want us to be more looking at the article as opposed to the other things that the other postings that are more disturbing. I don't want us to focus on that. I just want us to focus specifically on this article. Okay. Written by Mujib Marshall and Harry Kumar. And again, if I'm mispronouncing these names or words, please let me know in the comments how to say these words. So going forward, I'd have a better idea about how to say them. Okay. So theirs is a friendship of over half a century, the old man and his mango tree. His days spent with a monk-like contentment, knowing that each could be his last, are now largely reduced to the tree's shade and the tree's care. The tree, at least 120 years old, was there long before Kaleem Aula Khan, 82, first came to this field in Malihabad in the state of Uttar Pradesh in northern India, and it will be there long after he is gone. But Khan has spent a lifetime grafting hundreds of different kinds of mango onto this mother tree. And by doing so, he has grafted his own life story onto it as well. His profound affection is obvious as he runs his hand over the bend of a cut in the tree's bark, as if caressing an old scar. He walks the nursery surrounding the tree with the care he would use in tiptoeing over sacred ground. As he checks on the new saplings ready to be sold far and wide. He has moved his bedroom to the edge of the nursery. He has stored the planks for his own future coffin nearby. If you look at it from a distance, it's a tree, but when in fruit you are in awe. What is this show? He said, pointing to the tree's dense branches that curled out like the tentacles of an octopus. If you see through your mind's eye, you will see that this is at once a tree, an orchard, and most importantly, it is a college for the world's mangoes. Mango has not only been Khan's livelihood, but his identity. He has gained national, even global fame as the Mango Man for his decades of experimentations. The kinds of mango grafted over decades of work on branch after branch of the mother tree, now drooping with the sweet fruit, are so many that he struggles to remember all their names. There is the Namo mango, named after Prime Minister Narendra Modi in 2014, when he swept to power with the promise of growth and development for India. A mango named after the Sachin Tendulkar, who led India's national cricket team and is thought of as one of the sport's outstanding batsmen. Another named after the legendary Mughal era dancer and courtesan Anarkali, whose story is told in many tales and films. The pulp of each side of the Anarkali mango has a different color, different aroma, and different flavor. One of Khan's earliest varieties is named after Aishwarya Rai, the actress and model crowned Miss World in 1994. For his efforts, the Indian government awarded him one of the country's highest civilian honors, the Padma Shri, in 2008. Khan is philosophical about the fruit and obsessive, like a scientist who, at the end of a lifetime of discovery, is resigned to the vastness of those still beyond his reach. He repeats to anyone and everyone his faith in the fruit's infinite potential. On a recent afternoon, he left the nursery to attend the swearing-in ceremony of Yogi Adityanath, the powerful chief minister of Uttar Pradesh. Khan was hoping to get a minute with Modi, the guest of honor, to make a pitch about what he is dedicating the remaining days of his life to, an effort to prove that extracts from the mango flower and the tree's sap, which he adamantly refers to as the tree's blood, can cure anything from impotence to heart disease. But he never made it to the event, stuck in a traffic jam. My intention was to announce there that 5 men who are having strength problems, I will cure them for free, he said, referring to erectile dysfunction. Khan's view of the mango, that we are all fleeting, but that the fruit is almost eternal, embodies the passion for it found across much of India. The country is the world's largest producer of mango, much of it consumed domestically, often during heated debates about which region produces the most delicious variety or how exactly the mango should be eaten, sliced, cut into cubes, or slowly squeezed to pulp in your fist and then juice. Sweet, tangy, vibrant, sucked out of it through a hole at the top. We come, we eat mangoes, and we leave the world, Khan says. But as long as the world is there, this fruit will be there. He was born in 1940 in Malihabad, where his father, Abdullah, ran the tree nursery and raised 11 children. The son was a distracted and miserable student. Before the news of his failing 7th grade for the second time reached his father, Khan packed a basket of mangoes and took a pre-dawn train to his grandmother's village about 200 miles away. "I stayed there 17 days, so I don't get a beating," he said with a smile. "When I came back, I quietly joined my father at the nursery. He didn't say anything." That was the beginning of the son's life of experimenting with the fruit, crossbreeding, grafting branches, growing new saplings. One of the earliest trees he experimented on as a teenager dried up soon after, leaving him scarred and with questions he wanted to answer. But it would be decades before he could return to grappling with those mysteries, as he had to focus on the nursery's commercial work to raise and support his own family. It wasn't until the 1980s that he returned his attention. It wasn't until the 1980s that he turned his attention again to developing new kinds of mangoes, mainly on the 120-year-old tree to which he had grown so close. The tree's original type of mango, the Asal-e-Mukarrar, which translates to something like the original repeated, is named after a tradition in local poetry readings where the audience, with shouts of Mukarrar, Mukarrar, request a favorite line to be read again. Khan continued to graft onto the old tree, eventually producing 300 kinds of mangoes, each varying in color, size, taste, density, and aroma. His method is exacting. First, he carefully slices a wound into one of the tree's many curling branches. Then he inserts a piece cut from the branch of another type of mango tree and ties them together so they generate new tissue. All right, so that is the end of this article. I'm going to return my view back to 100%. All right, so the Mango Man, that was a really amazing article. And what I have to say is I believe that the Mango Man, I think he really, he's really contributed to the world. I mean, him actually creating 300 varieties of mangoes is amazing. And as you heard, in India, they produce a lot of mangoes. So, you know, being able to produce 300 different varieties on his own is outstanding. You heard that in the article, it said that a lot of times mango is eaten when people are in argument, pretty much. And basically there's an argument over which part of India produces the best mangoes. And so I didn't know that mangoes come from India. I had no idea. So I learned that from this article, which is cool. So when I go to the store now, I have some kind of idea of where the mangoes actually come from. Because when I go to the store, you know, and I see the tag, you know, I don't automatically, you know or understand where the fruit has come from, you know. And the fact that mangoes come all the way from India, that's quite a distance to come to bring fruit all the way here to the United States. That's really quite a travel and stuff. So I think some takeaways from the Mango Man is the fact that I think one of the takeaways is that it's okay to, you know, set out and have a goal that you want to accomplish. Even if it's just you doing it, it's okay to have a childlike dream and then let that grow into a reality, like what the mango man did. It's okay to be different. It's okay to focus your energy on something and grow something that you love. It's okay to do that. Even if people around you are not doing that, it's okay to contribute to something, so that you can grow something that people are going to eventually appreciate. Okay. And as you heard, the mango man, I've never heard of him, but he's known globally as the mango man by other people. And I think the fact that I can hear about his story is amazing. Just like I was saying in the beginning, I was mentioning that there are a lot of different types of varieties of the fruits that we see in our grocery stores. Okay. It's not just one or two varieties. There are many varieties that are around the world of different types of fruits and vegetables and herbs that we consume. And that is very mind-blowing, I think, for a lot of us. Another thing I think is amazing is that the mango man is also a healer, because he said that mangoes are good for erectile dysfunction. Okay. He also, let me go down here to where he was talking about it here. Hold on just a second. He said, I'm trying to figure out, there's a part in the article where he talked about what it was for. Let me zoom back in real quick here. Go to the 150% here so I can focus. I think I was probably saying focus. Okay. So let me scroll up here. I scroll down here to see where exactly. Okay. So as we see here, he says, my intention was to announce there that 5 men who are having strength problems, I will cure them for free. So this is where he's saying that he is a healer, right? Referring to erectile dysfunction, okay? So it's fair to say that this man has studied the natural healing practices in his country. And we have here where he says, on a recent afternoon, he left the nursery to attend the swearing-in ceremony of Yogi Adityanath, the powerful chief minister of Uttar Pradesh. Khan was hoping to get a minute with Modi, the guest of honor, to make a pitch about what he is dedicating the remaining days of his life to, an effort to prove that extracts from the mango flower and the tree's sap, which he adamantly refers to as the tree's blood, can cure anything from impotency to heart disease. So that's pretty amazing for the mango man to make us aware of the fact that mangoes can actually be such a powerful super food, right? It's a super fruit. And this fruit can actually do things like cure, impotency to heart disease. There may be other things that it helps with as well. And I think that this really helps me look at mangoes in a different way, because, what are some things that other fruits we eat do? That really begs that question. And I think it would be really cool to study fruits and understand more about what their potential is. And the mango man, he spent decades of his life, being, an advocate for the mango, a poet, a scientist, and, with all his experimentations and him producing close to 300 varieties of mango that are all on one tree, that's astounding. That really says a lot about this man and how he set out, with a goal when he was a child. And even though he failed the 7th grade twice, this man still has made an impact on the world. And I think that that's one of the most amazing. I know people are probably like, when he's talking about the planks for his coffin, he's just trying to be resourceful so that in the future when he passes away, he doesn't want to leave people having to pay for a coffin for him, whereas he already has the supplies to do that already. So, the Mango Man, I really think that he's amazing. I think that he is a healer. So he is a holistic healer, one that uses the fruits that he eats and maybe even the vegetables he eats for healing. And he wants to spread the message to other people that what you eat matters, and the fruits and vegetables and things that you consume that are grown of the earth, these are things that can heal your body. And our bodies do use the foods that we eat, right? That nutrition, it uses that so to fuel our bodies, and it helps us to heal from a variety of conditions that can cause us to not feel so well. And so the fact that mangoes can help with heart disease, that is outstanding. That's outstanding. I really think that this man has really contributed a lot. And I think that his impact, I think that, the people who he wanted to meet, I hope they come to him someday and they can actually meet him and he can talk to them, and they can, I think it would be great to read a biography from this man, to be able to learn more about his life, because his small impact of what he's doing is really helping people. And who knows, one of those varieties one day may come to the United States. Maybe one day I might travel to India and I might be able to see that tree, and it would be cool to meet him if he's still alive. That would be really cool. So don't underestimate what you're putting in your body. Understand that it's important to be responsible about what you're putting into your body. A lot of people think, oh, what I put in my body, it's not going to have an effect. It is, right? It is going to have an effect. And, if it's good for your body, it's going to nurture you, keep you going and moving forward. I mean, this gentleman is 82 years old, and he's able to take care of this tree and, the commercial production of the mangoes and everything like that. He's raised a family. He's done a lot. And this guy is still going. Nothing is slowing him down. He's still going. And I think that's something we can all hope to be doing when we get to be his age. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very proud. This has really made me smile, and I'm just so glad to hear some of this man's story. And it really helps me as an herbalist to learn. And I even made the venture to look for a story that would be concerned with nutrition and the healing of the body, or herbalism, because one of the speakers from the events that I attended, she said that she follows the media, so she kind of follows based off of what the media is reporting on. She kind of does events around those things. And I think that's good and bad. I think by going exclusively by the media, I think she kind of misses out on doing classes on some of the comments that people make, because some of the questions that are asked in the events can actually help the host to create and speaker create new events that can help to educate people about healing. And I think she's kind of missing that opportunity in a way. So but there's good and bad to any situation. So I'm very glad to learn about the Mango Man. Like I said, I didn't pronounce a lot of things correctly. Like I said, if you guys want to comment below, let me know how to say certain things. But I'm just really inspired by the Mango Man, and I'm glad to read this article. So I hope this inspires you guys just like it does for me. You guys may not be trying to be a herbalist or anything like that, but still, learn a little bit more about the foods that you're eating. What variety of fruits are you eating? And listen to your body. Be aware. When your body wants you to do certain things, follow through with it. When your body wants you to eat, eat. When your body's tired, sleep. When you feel energetic, go for a walk, go for a run, go for a swim. Get out into the sunlight and let your body, stay healthy. And I know it can be hard to follow the demands of our bodies because a lot of times we don't feel like we have time because we're trying to balance work and, family and friends and everything else with our bodies. But if we don't start listening to our bodies soon enough, when we get a disease and things like that and we get to an advanced stage of that disease, that's not the time. Like, yes, we can listen to our bodies at that time, but we have to understand it's going to take our bodies a longer time to heal from that. Okay? So, the earlier you start, even if you have an advanced illness of some type, you still can heal your body. You still can. It's just going to take a little bit longer than, say, it would for somebody who didn't have that condition. But our bodies are designed, they're very wonderful at getting us to heal. We just have to give our bodies the nutrients and the all types of things. We have to give our bodies the nutrients, the vitamins, minerals, supplements, and fluids like water majorly to help our body keep going. We have to make sure we're eating specific food groups so that our bodies feel more nurtured and full as well, right? And so, by doing that, we can keep ourselves healthy. And also watching the environment we are around. If you're constantly in a stressful environment, that puts stress on your body and that makes you more susceptible to chronic conditions. And that could include chronic pain conditions, and that's not something we want to have. Even cancers and heart diseases and stuff too. So, watching your environment is really going to help you with staying healthy. You just have to be mindful that, an environment, and this could be work. Let's say work is too stressful for you. Get another job. I know it can take a while, but get something else. If where you live is stressful, move to another place where you can be more peaceful and calm, to keep your body operating. Because when your body is under stress, you don't process the food the same way you would if you were in a more peaceful state. All right? So thank you to the Mango Man. Thank you for sharing your insight and information with the world. I'm glad I got to come across your article. And I wish you well, sir. Thank you. And thank you guys for watching. Bye.